In this video, we've got a nutritionist who's going to be giving us some basic weight loss and nutrition tips for all us runners. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Fordy Runs. Now, if this is your first time at Fordy Runs, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the Fordy Runs running community and check out the description. There's loads of cool things, including a link to Simon, who's our nutritionist we've got on the channel. And like I said in the opening, he's going to be giving us some tips on basic weight loss and nutrition. So let's get stuck in. Hey, what's up guys? Right, I'm outside here with Simon. Now, Simon is the fitness and food guy. He's our nutritionist. He's got over 15 years experience and he's also a qualified PT. Now, Simon, where can everyone find you?
Thanks, Chris. You can find me on Instagram on the Fitness and Food Guy or on Facebook on the same page.
Right, I'm going to link up Simon below as well, so make sure you get down there before, during and after this video so you can find Simon. But now we're going to get stuck into some of those tips.
Hello everyone. So we're going to go through the basic diet and weight loss tips for runners. Okay, so rule number one is incredibly basic, and it is the rule that calories in versus calories out. So what I mean by that is that if your calories that you take in are less than the calories that you expend through your training or day-to-day things that you do, then over a longer period of time you should lose weight. Number two on my basic diet and weight loss tips for runners would be to try and think of your food as fuel. So what I mean by that is that your fuel for your running or your training, you obviously take in through your food. And instead of just eating for pure enjoyment, try and think of it as a fuel source for your next training session. Tip number three is probably one of my most important tips, and that is that you cannot out-train a bad diet. So what I mean by that is, let's think of an analogy of putting petrol in a diesel car. It's not going to go anywhere. So if you eat bad food and overeat, especially bad food, you are not going to be able to run those calories off. You cannot out-train a bad diet. Tip number four would be to try, it's a bit of a sit on the fence tip if you ask me, but it is very, very important, and it is true that you really need to eat a balanced diet with plenty of vegetables and less refined carbs. So with my clients, I use a traffic light system, as most people eat 21 meals a week. So all of my work is based around 21 meals, and my traffic light system of green meals being good, orange meals not so good but okay in moderation, and red meals are probably like your treat meals that you treat yourself to every now and then. Tip number five would be to get your macronutrient percentages right. So your macronutrients are your carbohydrates, your proteins and your fats. And in an ideal world for a runner or any athlete really, you want your carbohydrates to sit at 50% of your diet, your protein to sit at 30% of your diet, and your fats, being good fats in general, 20% of your diet. As another rule of thumb, I always make sure that protein sits in the middle of the two. So if you've got a high carb diet, your protein must be next before your fats in a percentage ratio. If your carbs and your fats sit above your protein in the percentage range, then I wouldn't consider that a varied meal. So that is definitely very, very important that your proteins sit in the middle of the three macronutrients. Tip number six, sorry, but it's to reduce the alcohol. They are completely not nutrient dense calories at all. They're kind of a wasted calorie, and they also really, really affect your recovery. But we'll get back to that in another video later. And then my final tip, really simple, get good quality sleep, guys. Studies show that poor sleep is one of the strongest risk factors for obesity. And it's also linked to 89% increased risk of obesity in children and 55% in adults. So sleep is really, really important for your recovery and to set yourself up for your training for the rest of the week.
Right guys, so there you go. There's some awesome tips from this guy. I just want to say a massive thanks to Simon. Don't forget to check him out. I'll put the links down below. Make sure you follow him as well on Instagram. Thanks very much, brother. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Right, that's it from me. We'll catch you guys later.